Brethren, be not children in your understanding. So Paul is seeking to encourage maturity. It is characteristic of children to be self-focused. It's characteristic of children to be enamored with those things that are sensational and exciting. It's characteristic of children to think primarily of themselves, to be selfish. See this from a very young age. My son is 2.5, my daughter is 1.5, we have a third on the way, and you see very, very quickly that they're selfish, right? But you expect selfishness from a child. You pray for, you hope for when your wife is pregnant that they'll come out perfect, but you know they don't. And if you think kids are born perfect, then you probably haven't had any. Or you need to go serve in the children's ministry. They could use your help. So we recognize kids are not perfect. We recognize that they, in their immaturity, are selfish. Paul spoke about this in chapter 13, right? Verse 11. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But in our faith, we should grow to maturity. When I became an adult, I put away childish thinking, childish understanding, childish things. They that are mature are to put away childish things and to think as adults. And seeking to receive is characteristic of childlike immaturity. But Paul, in the book of Acts, quoting Jesus, says, it is more blessed to what? To give than to receive. See, that's adult thinking. That's mature thinking. As a child, why do you look forward to Christmas as a child? Because of what you're going to get. This is why when I was 6, 7, 18 years old, you would look at the Christmas tree, and I don't know if it was like this in your house, but in our house, there were presents under there long before Christmas Day, and little tags on them, and you go there. You don't go there looking for your sister's gifts. What do you do when mom and dad are gone? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. She has more than me. What in the world? You're looking for your gifts, right? Because as a child, you want to receive. You come to that holiday seeking to receive. And, you know, my mom seeking to, I don't want to say deceive, but to trick us, she would sometimes change the name tags around. She had some sort of code, so she put my sister's name on my packages, my name on her packages, my little brother's name, mix them all up. The problem was sometimes she'd forget her code, and so it didn't work quite as well. But you know how it is. You go, you're looking for your gifts because you want to receive. But as you mature, you really do come to a point where you come to such an event as a holiday, not seeking what you're going to get if you're maturing, because you come to realize it is more blessed to give than to receive. And in our lives as Christians, sure, when we first come to the knowledge of the truth and confess Christ as Lord, and we gather together in the body of Christ, we do often come to church seeking to be fed, to be encouraged, to be prayed for, to be built up. But as time goes by, if the church is maturing, then there should be more and more people within the fellowship who come to a Sunday morning gathering or a women's ministry or a men's ministry meeting or a home fellowship seeking to use the gifts that God has given them to glorify God, to build up others, and to evangelize the lost. That is a sign of maturity.